coach on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. And with Tim.
Well, guys, whether it's jilted fans in Utah or players' feelings after...
Great stuff, David. Thank you. Now, Steve, you can see that some players starting to feel the fatigue of a long season. What you think is from the travel aspect of being a player in the NBA?
Kevin, I think it's a lot about the travel. The travel is a grind, and I think being able to sleep on planes, that is an art. I couldn't do that, and I think that's where guys are trying to find different ways where they're comfortable getting a lot of rest on planes, but you got to find a way once you get to that city to, I guess, have some discipline where you can stay in, not go out to dinners, and spend a lot of time using that time in recovery.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Conley out there with Garrett Temple, and it's Gasol at the 5. Memphis moving it around. Jackson, that's good.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
And Moore gets to Howard. That's to a Jimson. Here's Moore. Rebounded by Jackson. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That is his first foul of the game.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul can take you right out of it.
And he's able to get it back. Holiday surveying the floor. And it's slammed in by Davis.
When you've gained a decade or more of experience, this is what tends to happen. Holiday stand very patient, waiting for someone to break free.
So just over a minute and a half played. Conley with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Clock at 6. Here's Gasol. The putback, and Davis pulls it down.
You know, a little off his game this quarter. Still trying to find a rhythm, though.
Here's Moore. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Moore's got his first basket of the night.
Man, he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play. You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D. Takes it himself uncontested.
It's stolen by a Jigsaw. And Brewer kicks to Moore. And it doesn't even draw iron. Last game in New Orleans, they picked up the win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Here's Gasol. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
We know he can shoot it from the outside, but I love to see Mark down there on the block.
Moore finds Holiday. 17-foot shot on the way. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 6 points.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense. But he's putting a lot of work to improve in that area.
A three-pointer is right on target.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Conley against Holiday. Outside Conley. Right side Gasol. Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Awfully hard to get back into the game when one of your key shooters is this ice cold and has been all quarter.
Good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Holiday against Conley. On the pass to Gasol. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Gasol's got his second basket.
Marc Gasol is battling. Even with the defender all over him, he kept his focus.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That is his first foul of the game. against Jackson. Davis dishes to Brewer. Davis up top. 5 on the clock. Over Jackson. And as we see Anthony Davis step into what could be the best years of his career, Smitty, who does he remind you of?
You know, a lot like Kevin Garnett in his prime. The way he can impact both sides of the floor. He's cagey with the three-point shot, and he also has a little bit of Hakeem Olajuwon in him.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. And he is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
Conley, the pass to Jackson. And the rejection by Jinson.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
What a beautiful play, and it was great timing. Then the athletic finish by AD.
And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
Moore finds Ajinça. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Ajinça's got his first points of the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Anderson inside, covered by Brewer. Jackson misses.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this lead. He's been off all night.
That bucket in no time at all. 14 points for Davis.
He can't miss.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. Timeout call for Grizzlies.
And as of late, they have not looked good at all. Actually, they've been dominated.
And the worst part, they're starting to get down on themselves. Really need that one big play to spark some life back into them.
Here's Temple. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Pass to Gasol. The fadeaway. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Ajinça's got his 4th rebound in this one. Moore, left side. And Holiday has it in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Passes to Davis. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. With his first shot attempt. Grizzlies with the rebound. Jackson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Temple. Off the mark and the drop continues.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
They have played physical, they have owned the paint, and they have built up a decent lead here in the first.
And here's the fast break. Davis leading the way. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Dominate on the court, and it's showing up on the scoreboard. Let's see if they can maintain this level of intensity.
Fooled the D with the pass fake right there. Gasol's got 6.
Capable of making shots, Marc Gasol able to do everything you want at that center position.
And Holiday kicks to Ajinça. Pass to Davis. Stripped it away. Here's Temple. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Holiday against Conley. And Gasol down top of the key. 6 on the shot clock. Deep 2 from Anderson. No good off the front iron.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And Drew Holiday, Steve, is such a huge factor on the defensive end whenever he's on the floor.
You know, it's been a focus for him to step his game up on that end of the floor. He moves his feet so well that guys can't just blow by him. Numerically, the way he discourages shots at the rim, it's like having a defensive center on the floor.
New Orleans making some changes here. Ando comes in for Alexis Ajinski, and it's Darius Miller in for more. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Gasol. Parsons comes in for Jackson. Caspi, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. And it's Dylan Brooks in for Garrett Temple. And stolen by Parsons. Fast break Memphis. Lets it go from 14. Full the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Parsons got his first points in this one. And here's Holiday. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. He kicks it to Brewer. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Temple's checked in. Steve, there's plenty of discussion that the NBA has become less physical and more over-officiated. What's your opinion on letting guys play a little bit more?
You know, I think, Kevin, it's freedom of movement, and I think when you took out hand checking and obviously arm bar checking and down in the post, it's hard to guard some of these fantastic players with their skill set and obviously with their athleticism. A guy dribbling at you at 100 miles per hour, how do you get your balance without touching him? And I think that's where you start to see a lot of the fouls called. And a lot of fans are looking back in the day saying, well, that wasn't a foul, but I think under the rules, the referees have to call these plays because there's no handshake.
Man, they are just living at the line.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Memphis shooting their first free throws of the night right here. The free throw drops for Temple. And both free throws good for Temple. And so it's New Orleans with it. They lead by 14. And Holiday kicks to Randall. Davis dishes to Holiday. Out to Miller. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
For New Orleans, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
Really hasn't come together for them as a group in terms of free throw shooting, just around 70% on the season. And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Here's Temple, guarded by Holiday. Here's Brooks. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet. Brooks has got 5.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Holiday with the pass to Miller. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And New Orleans leads by 16.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Well, the two go hand in hand. Matching your strategy to your personnel is key.
And here's Miller outside. It's rebounded by Memphis. 1:10 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Temple, guarded by Holiday. Here's Parsons. Sinks that one from the post. Parsons got his 3rd basket of the night.
That's 3 out of 4 now, and you can see his confidence already building.
Now here is Holiday. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Randall against Parsons. Good work there as it goes.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
And if that doesn't get you fired up, guys, nothing will.
Right, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Not only does that dunk help him cut into this lead, but it gives this team a real confidence boost too.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Chandler Parsons gives you a little bit of everything. He can dribble it, he can shoot it, he can pass it. A very versatile player.
Now Holiday. Outside, Davis, and the call will be against Chandler Parsons. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. For New Orleans, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. That one is off.
The former #1 overall pick, Anthony Davis, does a great job of representing this franchise. Makes big plays on both ends of the floor.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for New Orleans. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. He'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Mike Conley, one of the best players never to play in an All-Star game, and he says he's tired of the underrated label.
The underrated Mike Conley thing is...
And as he said, in the West, so many great guards.
And he's been a part of some winning teams, certainly has been in the conversation. He'll just have to be content with that max contract.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
So far, they've been active, scoring the basketball, built up a little lead here, and looking good.
The play calling has been perfect, backed up by beautiful execution. They've certainly captured the moment in that first quarter.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday out there with Miller. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then it's Corey Brewer. And it's Randall in at the 4 slot. That first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And Steve, looking at KD's moves, the Isaiah Thomas trade, what level of loyalty is there now between players and teams?
You know, I think it comes down to, I know people get upset when, per se, like the Kevin Durant move, but he was a free agent, so he was allowed to move. I think when it comes a little tricky, when you have guys traded, that's when you start to see the players starting to see where they sometimes don't think the organization have loyalty, but sometimes, and you can see organizations a lot of times is just looking to make their teams better, but it really comes down to a trade when the loyalty starts to be questioned.
Temple finds Green. Back to Temple. Fires for 3. It's not going to go for him. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Al Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Out of leadership, DA, thank you. Miller with a wide open look. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And Temple kicks to Brooks. It's good from long range. Brooks has got 8 points.
I mean, just a good shooter taking what the defense allows. Find some space, out beyond the arc.
Randall passes to Jackson. Green against Randall. Lays it up and banks it in. 6 points for him.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And this is what you got to do. I mean, if it ain't working, call timeout, try to figure out what you can do to fix the problem.
You know, also, it's just a chance to take a breath, regroup, get your mindset, and come back out fresh.
New Orleans making a switch here. Johnson's checked in, and Memphis also making a switch. Mike Conley's checked in for Garrett Temple. Knocked away and stolen by Zeller. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. And Tyler Zeller on the bucket on the assist by Johnson. And New Orleans leads by 17. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Memphis. Inside and stolen by Zeller. On the wing, Miller. New Orleans moving it around. Offensive rebound. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Miller's got 6 points in the quarter.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Conley kicks to Green. Tries a three. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Miller surveying the floor. Here's Randall, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
It looked like the defense just flat out froze out there. Clear breakdown in communication to allow that easy bucket.
Outside Conley to stop the run. A rebound by Johnson. New Orleans leading by 21. Jackson dishes to Randall. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Well, we know he's been confident with the shot. A big reason why they're ahead in this game.
Conley finds Brooks. Outside Conley. Puts up a three. And he's good on the three ball. Conley's got his first 3 points of the game.
Mike Conley so quick with his shot. He's a threat to score as soon as he touches the ball.
Here's Randall. The rebound by Gasol. The Grizzlies trail by 20. Outside Conley. Gasol up top takes the three. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
You have to love what Marcusol gives you offensively. Can score facing up, back to the basket, and one of the best passing centers in the game.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
And talking about Gasol, also an impact guy on the defensive end of the floor.
Yes, Kevin, he has the size, the length, and the instincts. Defensive Player of the Year in 2013, a true cornerstone for your team.
Brooks gets to Green. Brooks, the pass to Green. Back to Brooks. There's the pass to Conley. Just 5 to shoot. From deep. No good that time. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Outside for Jackson. Trying to get open is Randall. Back to Zeller. There's the three. Gasol with the defensive effort. The Grizzlies trail by 19. And taken away by Johnson. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Jackson's got the ball. Count it. Good. Miller's got 12 in the game.
His temperature is rising. I mean, it is rising.
And for Memphis, they're shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Conley against Zeller. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Jackson, he's checked in for Jamarcus Green. And Chandler Parsons in for Kessler. Gasol, no good on the free throw. Steve, in today's game, it's so important to have a high-level talent who can make contested shots.
Yeah, it is. I mean, some of those guys are LeBron James, make shots with guys hanging all over them. Kevin Durant, because of his size. Kemba Walker, Damian Lillard. What I love right now is guys are comfortable being able to shoot contested shots. Not like we did back in the day. You would just move it and try to get a better shot.
Miller, that's for two. Good. It's Johnson with the assist that time. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Conley kicks to Parsons. Pass to Gasol. Over Zeller. Gasol, no good. New Orleans leading by 23. Back to Johnson. Feeds it to Miller. New Orleans moving it around. Randall with the bucket.
We will talk about feed the hot hand. That's what they're doing this quarter, which is why they've been able to maintain momentum.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Tyler Zeller's going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Morris checked in for New Orleans. The Grizzlies also making a change. Anderson's checked in. Jackson kicks to Conley. 6 on the shot clock. They need this. They get the rebound. Second chance effort. Parsons' shot is off.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Here's Jackson. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the inside. Parsons. Johnson with the block. And he gets it back. The shot's good. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for New Orleans. And it's Zeller atop the key. And here's Moore outside. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall. Garrett Temple has checked in for Brooks. Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
Yeah, and certainly we had to expect a better game than this. Been very ugly thus far.
Conley with the 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Randall's got his 4th rebound in this one. Anderson against Johnson. Moore finds Randall. Now Johnson. Misses off the right iron.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity. If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
And Parsons gets it to go.
And when Chandler Parsons gets it going, there isn't a lot you can do to slow him down. Everything is working.
Randall dishes to Jackson. 1:53 left in the first half of basketball. Kicks it to Zeller. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Zeller's got his 2nd bucket of the night. A challenging stretch here for Memphis. Outside Conley. With the floater. And he sinks the layup.
Smooth off the fingertips. Mike Conley floating it in beautifully.
Moore left side. There's 1:17 left in the first half. That shot, no good.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling. And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Grizzlies shooting around 40% from the floor here. Conley feeling it out. lays it up and banks it in. Conley's got 7 points for the quarter.
It's amazing. He is on fire here in the second period after going scoreless in the first.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
The Grizzlies trail by 20. 40 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Jackson with the bounce pass. Pocket 6. Pass to Temple. There's the triple. It's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 6 assists now in the game.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
There's Jackson with the 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
You know, on a pretty good night for these guys overall, his shooting has been the biggest weakness.
Carson's shot is off.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
You know, there's no shame in passing out in that situation. Leave your ego at the door.
And so it's New Orleans out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball, and then we got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He had 20 points, 2 block shots, and 1 steal. He came into tonight following a tremendous performance last time out and looks eager for a repeat. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
Tremendous run from Anthony Davis in the first half. One of the few true bigs who scores effortlessly on all 3 levels. Will move his feet on defense, cut to the lane, block shots, and a terrific rebounder.
Shaq, your take on Memphis.
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster, Ernie. Without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA. Over.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
What I love watching is they are working for high percentage looks and cashing in when they get them.
The next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Jackson down low. Gasol. Garrett Temple is out there with Conley. And it's Anderson in at the 3. Conley the pass to Jackson. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Gasol's shot is good.
Whenever a guy is open, Conley will find him. He has a talent for getting the ball to his guys quickly.
And so good for so long. Conley still with no all-star appearance. defenses, Steve. That's hard to believe.
It is. It's a shame. Lots of competition at that point guard spot. People recognize the ability, but he continues to lose the numbers game.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Holiday gets the bucket.
The problem for your perimeter defense, if you close hard on Holiday, he can put the ball on the floor and beat you that way.
And Temple kicks to Gasol. Conley up top, guarded by Holiday. Anderson outside. And the rejection by Atkinson. That's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Shot clock at 2.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
New Orleans leading by 18. Outside Holiday. Outside Davis. Back to Holiday. Anderson with the block.
Nice block by Anderson. Can't get too high off the ground, but uses that 7'3" wingspan to full effect.
Pass to Jackson. Conley with the 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And that's now 10 points for Conley.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Davis against Jackson. It's Davis with the drop. That's number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
AD so skilled on the offensive end. He can shoot the long ball. He's comfortable on the block. That time he puts it on the deck and makes a play.
Anderson outside. Down low. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got his 6th rebound on the night. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Holiday against Anderson. Here's Davis. And it's off from three-point range. And now the Grizzlies fast break. Anderson up top, covered by Brewer. Here's Temple, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And his free throws are falling at a rate of only about 72% on the season. Not terrible, but listen, you obviously would expect him to do better.
Davis against Jackson. And there's the call on Garrett Temple. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And so it's New Orleans with it. They lead by 14. And it's Davis with the jam.
The advanced skill set of AD. When he gets to feeling good, he's a really hard guy to stop.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. You have to like what we're seeing from Davis.
You know, he's been a one-man wrecking crew down low. His consistent scoring has dictated the pace of this game. We'll see if they decide to front him, bring a quick double, or maybe even both to try to slow him down.
It's stolen by Davis. Moore with the bucket. Moore's got 7.
You like the unselfishness there from Davis. A high-scoring big who can facilitate.
Conley finds Anderson. Floats one up. Brewer with the rebound.
To me, there's a fine line between being aggressive and just flat-out forcing it. His inability to make shots right now is sinking the ship.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy. Double-digit lead and still putting it on him.
Outside Conley. 6 to shoot. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Boy, he loves that mid-range jumper. Just fails to create enough room to operate.
Moore with it. He's got 7. To the inside. Here's Temple. To the paint. And Gasol gets it to go. 15 points in the game. And Alvin Gentry's been coaching in the NBA for almost 3 decades now. Steve, he knows how to get things done.
And a lot of what Gentry does is gives his players freedom. As long as they take care of business, he won't meddle too much. Does a great job of managing personalities and keeping egos in check.
Gasol picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Green, he's checked in for Jackson. Caspi comes in for Anderson. And it's Dylan Brooks in for Garrett Temple. Shot clock at 5. From deep. Offensive rebound. Trying to get open is Davis. Arjinsa with the bucket.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession. You won.
Here's Caspi, covered by Brewer. And Caspi kicks to Brooks. Now Caspi. No points in the game yet for him. Brewer grabs the board. Brewer's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside, Davis. Shoots the 3. Here's Arjinsa. Right through the knee for the layup. Arjinsa's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And here is Conley. He's got 10. They double team Conley. The pass to Caspi. Fires from deep. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 8th assist here tonight. Here's Holiday. Shot up 2 there. Holiday's got 7.
Talk about scoring the basketball. Legit player. Holiday got paid because he can play.
Out to the right wing. Conley, the pass to Gasol. Back to Conley. Inside. Gasol's shot is good. 17 points in the game.
What I love about Marc Gasol, he's a total team player, but also capable of taking over offensively.
And Holiday kicks to Moore. And they double up Davis. Back to Moore. Pass to Arjinsa. New Orleans moving the ball around. Holiday against Conley. The fader. Not going to go that time. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. They host the Spurs after this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
Parsons checked in for the Grizzlies. Holiday finds Moore. Now here is Davis. Covered by Green. And Davis, here we go.
Putting the ball on the floor, 80, just crafty enough on the move to create contact.
He shot 3 of 6 from the foul line.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Brooks, the pass to Conley. Back to Brooks. He kicks it to Conley. Over Holiday. And the shot no good, a bit short. And Conley, who is so good with space and timing on offense, seems to always find a way to score inside.
I mean, he has that great floater to lean on for scoring. And the only thing you want from Conley is health. Has had a few too many injuries to ignore the last few seasons. This team is so visibly better when he is healthy and on the floor.
And stolen by Parsons. Outside Conley. Here's Brooks. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 10 assists here tonight. So active.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Davis, and he converts to there. Davis has got 8 here in the quarter.
The defense tried, but then you see the results. AD, an all-star talent, winning out.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for New Orleans. 17-point game. On the wing, Brewer. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Count it. 30 points for Anthony Davis.
You can tell he is on a mission down the stretch. Attack offensively and build on this lead.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And when you're in catch-up mode, you can ill afford these kinds of errors.
I feel like they're getting ahead of themselves. Just need to rein it in. Focus on each individual possession.
Holiday dishes to Moore. Conley against Holiday. Softly puts in the fourth. Holiday's got 9 points.
After putting up zeros in the first half, he is making up for it big time now.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his 3rd foul of the game. To the inside, Brooks. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. 12 points for him.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
What I like about Dylan Brooks, the maturity. Physically, he came in NBA ready, and he already played a lot of important minutes for a great college team.
Checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Julius Randle comes in for Davis. Wesley Johnson's checked in for Brewer. And Miller's subbed in for Moore. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Now, Steve, with Dylan Brooks, a 2nd-round pick, his rookie season was a tremendous success.
I agree. He shot the ball well, contributed on both ends of the floor. Really good rotational player, still with a tremendous upside.
The Grizzlies trail by 20. Now here's Conley. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Miller. And Holiday kicks to Randle. Back to Holiday. The offensive rebound. Johnson outside. Passes it to Miller. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Shot clock at 6. Holiday, no one around him. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Seller. No good on the quick 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Nobody near Parsons. Ball's knocked loose. New Orleans leading by 20. Here's Seller on the jam by Tyler Seller.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
Conley finds Brooks. And here's Parsons, covered by Miller. 6 on the shot clock. Parsons against Randle. Parsons' shot is off. Well, for New Orleans, shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Shots good by Miller.
You cannot leave them alone like that, especially from long range.
Memphis has gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Holiday against Conley. 17 seconds left to play in the 3rd. And Caspi has it in the corner. Johnson with the block. And they're able to recover. And they turn over the 21st-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
differential tells the story. Their two-way play has been outstanding. You know, it's a matter of effort plus talent. You need both to dominate this way.
And so it's New Orleans in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. They've got Miller, Tyler Zeller out there with Randall, then it's Holiday, and it's Johnson in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And Matt kicks it to Noah. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Holiday left side. Over Matt. Another one falls for New Orleans.
I love how he's been more patient in this second half, shooting only the shots he feels he can make.
And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. For star players, even after a loss, Steve, they're asked to give press conferences after the games. Talk about how difficult that is for a player in the moments after a very difficult defeat.
Now, this is where you have to use your teammates and obviously your PR guys around the team to help you and obviously gather yourself before you get a chance to go in there because it's tough. You're running high with emotions and sometimes the wrong type of emotions.
Yes.
But I also, Kevin, would love to see on the media side, there are some questions I just don't agree with. I think you should get a yellow card. You ask a dumb question, and if you get a red card, you can't ask any more questions for that series.
I think you'd be handing me cards after everything I say. I'd rather
No,
have
not
cards
at
in
all,
front of
Kevin,
me.
not at all.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Now here's Matt. Defense is right there.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
And the D has gotten a little bit lax here defending the triple.
Brooks outside. Now here's Matt, guarded by Holiday. And Matt kicks to Brooks. He dishes it to Jackson. Johnson with the block. And here comes Holiday, leading the fast break. It's rebounded by Noah. The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Brooks against Miller. Pass to Matt. NBA wants to keep things competitive, and one way to do that was to make some changes, Steve, to the draft lottery odds. Do you think it'll be enough?
You know, I think it's the right call for them. I think the bottom 3 teams all have the same odds for the top 3 spots now. And it'll be much more even to distribute the odds for the back half of the lottery.
Brooks against Miller. Brooks misses.
I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out.
Holiday gets the bucket.
The pull-up game of Drew Holiday is on point, showing good balance and good touch.
Brooks kicks it to Noah. Back to Brooks, and he bangs it home with one hand.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Now here is Holiday. He's covered by Mack. Miller, the pass to Holiday. And the shot goes in. Holiday's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Really smoking the Nets now after a difficult time shooting in the first half.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Miller against Brooks. Releases from 15, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. New Orleans with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Miller, no luck.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
To the inside. And there's Noah on the assist by Anderson.
Dumping the ball down to Noah is a good decision. He has length, passing ability, and he can score.
And Holiday kicks to Miller. When it comes to flagrant fouls, do you think that the difference, Steve, between flagrant 1 and flagrant 2 is being called correctly for the most part?
I do, Kevin. I think we always have gray areas and we start to look at rules, but for the most part, I'm thinking they're getting a flagrant 1 and a flagrant 2. I think they're getting it right.
Selden's checked in for the Grizzlies. He's perfect from the line this time.
And right now, at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
It's Brooks on the wing, covered by Miller. Selden kicks to Brooks. It's deflected. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. Johnson, a wide open look. New Orleans getting another chance here. And Marshawn Brooks gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Miller with the ball. Zeller finds Randall. And he makes good on the layup. Randall's got 19 points.
And a high percentage look there, and he takes full advantage. Bumps up the lead.
Yeah, the lead now is double digits. Some tricky matchups out there. Not a lot of solutions.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated in stride.
New Orleans making some changes here. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Zeller. And it's Jackson in for Drew Holiday.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Jackson passes to Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
AD could have laid that one up, but that's not the statement he just made.
Now here's Matt. He started closer. When you look at today's NBA salaries, Steve, do you feel the responsibility to learn financial management falls mostly on the players, or should the league do even more to help them find out about what they're going to do with all this money?
I think it's the responsibility of both. I think the Players Association, also the NBA, and I think organizations as well. I think you look at it, we're all involved to get a chance to help these youngsters. It's not easy for a 19-year-old, 20-year-old to become a millionaire overnight. That's just not something that you're used to, and handling that, it has been a problem for some players in the past.
Here's Davis. It's rebounded by Memphis. Anderson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Matt kicks to Selden. A floater, Noah. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Yep, up and goes. And that's 21 points for Julius Randle.
Unselfish play by Davis. He understands that his scoring can only take this team so far. He needs help from the guys around him.
Davis against Noah.
Stay within your reach.
Back to Selden. Off target from 3-point range. New Orleans has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go go down for them here in the fourth. Randall surveying the D. And there's the foul. It'll go on Sheldon Mack. That is his first foul of the game. And Memphis making a change here. Caspi's checked in. Davis against Noah. Unloads from 9. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 14 points now in the second half.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Caspi, and he dunks it down.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
Two very easy points right here. Jackson finds Davis. Hits the front of the rim and out.
A high percentage look from the mid-range. Might have been surprised that he was so wide open.
The three-pointer, no good. Well, for New Orleans, shooting in the fourth has been tremendous, 59%. Miller right side, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Steve, while he was interim head coach last season, J.B. Bickerstaff certainly won over the players' approval.
Mark Gasol said he's done a tremendous job with the tools he was given and with what he was allowed to do. Mike Conley simply stated he deserves this job. The Grizzlies brass was impressed enough that they didn't conduct a coaching search.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Player podcast, something we're hearing more of, and it's a growing trend. Good idea, or do you think it could get some guys in trouble?
Well, some guys it does a good job of helping their brand, and we love to see guys get a chance to do other things off the court. And then there are some guys who get a little loose, and they reveal some secrets, or they say some things they wish they could take back. So I think it all comes down to the individual. You gotta understand media before you try to jump out and start doing these podcasts.
Well said. Here's Jackson. Davis up top. There's Miller with the three, and that one falls coming off of Davis's speed. Davis has got 4 assists in the game. And here's Mack now. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Kicks it to Anderson. Here's the dish to Noah. Back to Anderson. Pocket 6. He doesn't hit that one. Randall with some nice D. New Orleans has gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Back to Davis. We've got 1:55 left in the game.
This is what you love about AD. He combines the skill with the great physical attributes. Excellent pump fake.
The NBA is so financially stable right now, Steve. What's it been like watching this growth for the league overall?
You know, I've loved it because I think the partnership has been phenomenal. The league is growing both for players and also organizations. They've done a nice job of getting a chance to hammer out some of these issues to making it worthwhile financially for the league and also financially for the players.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Sheldon Mack. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. Both free throws good for Miller. 1:36 left in the game. Now here's Mack, guarded by Jackson. Now Casper. The pass to Anderson. 5 to shoot. The shot is good off the backboard.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for New Orleans.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Anthony Davis.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Back the pass to Caspi. Memphis moving it around and taken away by Johnson. Outside, Davis. There's the three. Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. So we see the Hornets taking the W here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight